take out a machine gun. They try to use their natural abilities.
They actually wait behind the corner, all 4 of them, for you to come through.
Mm-hmm.
And they rape you.
I mean,
yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. Just the actual design aspect. So
I think what I like about survival horror is
you're a bit far away.
When the game forces you to basically, it forces you to think and use your mind in a situation where you probably would shut off your mind and just go by like base instinct and just like shoot like especially like in stuff like Amnesia. The weapon you have is your feet, like, of course, you can run away and stuff, but if you hide, you can also try and, like, be a bit smart about it and hide from monsters. And in Dead Space 2 as well, like, you can just basically shoot, like half-brain shoot your way through every encounter. But if you're smart about it, you'll save up on ammo, you'll save up on life, and you'll make like, your whole existence much easier. And I think I like that, like, you're forced into this, like, high-stress environment. At the same time, you have to think a bit if you want to play it smart.
Yeah. BioShock had kind of like that feeling too. Do you consider?
Yeah, it did. I think so as well.
Do you consider it a survival horror or just a first-person shooter?
Well, it does.
It has its survival horror aspects.
Yeah, it's a first-person shooter with survival horror aspects.
I mean, one of the most memorable moments for me was the first time in the first BioShock, and I walked into a room where this doctor was, and the place went all misty.
Oh, yeah.
And then I turned around and the guy was behind me with a hatchet.
Making them prettier and stuff by
I jumped at the screen, literally, with, you bastards. It's things like that are the most memorable to me because of the fact that the effect they had. Mm-hmm. And I always find that about games, and it's probably one of those things I found about Amnesia as well. I'll never forget that game. I don't think I can.
Man, those
you need to go back and play it. You need nerves of steel, balls of steel.
The problem was, alright, I listened to the instruction at the start of it, so I turned the sound up really loud, and then played it at 2 a.m. with no lights on.
That's the way it's meant to be played.
And I swear to God, I was shocked. Some people did that as well and put it up on YouTube, and you can see the reaction. They was like, "Yep, been there." So at least I can say that. But it's interesting feedback in regards to what we're thinking about.
I bet I can clear that game in one sitting. I'm the guy that with nervous steel. I saw 2 girls, 1 cup in one sitting.
You thought it was hot.
Yeah, you thought it was hot. Yeah.
You were like, well, if they want to, I mean, they can.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have to move on. Devil May Cry 3. No, not 3. Just DMC. Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which has gotten the release date.
Old Dante or young Dante.
I release date now, by the way.
Have they again? Have they pushed it back
to
February?
No, it's got a release date. It's on January 15th of 2013. Just telling you.
Okay. If you had said, to push back again to February, I just went, that would have trumped my conspiracies, right?
That game never had a release in the first place, so it's not like they're pushing it back or anything. But I think Ninja Fury has promise. I played their game Enslaved, and it's so sad that game sold so little.
I want to play that. That looks good.
That game is awesome. It's based on the same Chinese book that Dragon Ball was originally based on.
Loosely, though, right? Because Dragon Ball,
very loosely, yeah.
All right, okay.
Dragon Ball was inspired in a Chinese book. I don't recall the name right now. But basically, this guy, Monkey, in Enslaved, he has a staff as well, like Goku has, and he has something that he calls a cloud or something that he can, it's kind of like a
save data, right? So he can transfer them from one computer to the other, the cloud. Oh, come on.
Oh, very funny.
Don't leave me hanging, guys.
Yeah, okay. Well, duh.
It turned into the West. I think that's what the book is called.
Yeah. But
it's not like really inspired. It just takes like aspects from it and makes its own story. But it's a really beautiful game. It's too bad the combat is so simple.
Which leads me to worry a bit about Devil May Cry because the story hasn't really been the focus in those games, right?
No,
it's been more about
it has a nice story though.
I love the story in Devil May Cry 1 and Devil May Cry 3. It
has a nice story. I don't think it's a bad story. They pull it off.
It's not too seriously, but it's not the good story either, especially on the first one.
True, yeah,
Yeah.
true. But it's enough of a story to take you into the game a bit and understand a little bit what's going on in the background, and have some aspect and lore and history to the character. But it's the same time it's a mass hack and slash game.
People fucking complained so much that his hair wasn't white, and it's like.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about this on this podcast before, and I said something like, well, maybe it's like the story of how his hair becomes white. Kind of like how Indiana Jones finds his fucking hat,
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out when it comes out.
It's sad that that's what I know Devil May Cry for the outrageous cause. Not for interesting
Yeah.
gameplay. I know it for this is the thing that people got upset for because the hair color.
Yeah, I know this too.
It's
That's
so
so sad.
I know
It's
nothing
sad.
else about. I know very little else about the game apart from
Apart from the fact that his hair was not the right. It's like the Sonic controversy with the eyes being green.
The
Yeah.
eyes are green! I understand the complaints about the physics, but the fucking eyes, really? Jesus Christ. I do prefer the old Sonic, though. I think it's cuter, but, game characters get
Yeah, you
designed
do.
all the time. And not only game characters, cartoon characters, too. The Simpsons don't look exactly the same as they used to. Neither does
thank
Family.
God they don't.
Yeah, they have evolved. A
Yeah, they evolve over time. But yeah, I think this game is like what puts Ninja Fury on the fucking spot, on the spotlight.
Where do you think it's going to be shown? At Sony's press conference? Because I'm thinking at Sony's press conference.
Capcom, it's a Capcom game.
Yeah.
Oh, Capcom has a press conference?
Um,
At E3?
I'm looking at the list that actually.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, at the moment
Uh,
they're there. Yeah.
Well, that's just games. I
every
don't think
game
they
we'll
have...
see at
I don't know if they have an actual specific conference for
Yeah,
themselves.
I know.
Yeah.
I think Ubisoft, EA, and then the big three have one. Oh yeah, and then Konami if they show
they
their face
the
again.
Konami.
They
Yeah.
have the capital to have
Yeah,
games that-
captivate thing.
because all that fucking in-game DLC they're selling for.
Yeah.
But
X-Fight.
aside from that, what Capcom has is Lost Planet 3, which I know fucking nothing about.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I've seen Lost Planet 1 years ago. I looked at it. I said, oh, this might be cool, but I never picked it up. And then there was Lost Planet 2, and I was like, I did the same again, looked at it. Oh, actually, must try Lost Planet 1. And now they're coming out with 3, so obviously there's some following to this game. But I haven't looked into it at all.
So this is a list that IGN put out with every game we'll see at the show this year. And basically, that's what I've been going through.
Okay. But I wonder what the big three are gonna do because they're not gonna show new
Who's
consoles.
the big three for you?
Well, Nintendo, Sony, and the guys that have consoles basically: Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft.
Sony and Microsoft. Yeah.
Okay.
They not only publish games, they also have.
I wouldn't
consoles.
say big three. I would say the big two and the small.
Yeah, well,
which is actually
Well, what
Nintendo
one's small?
Nintendo is showing. The Wii
Come
U.
on.
I mean, they're showing the Wii U. So
the Wii.
that's gotta count
Fuck
for
you.
You can't say Nintendo is the Wii is
They
small at
redesigned the
all.
controller though. Yeah, but it's not as big as a player as it used to be.
Does-
And yeah, I
does
know
that-
the fucking Wii sold like tons, but it's also sold, to the casual gamers that don't give a fuck about games.
Which is where they're getting the most money. So
Yeah, but those people that
I've been doing it.
those people that sold that bought the Wii U, most of them, some of them buy it for games, but a huge ton of them buys it for just the fucking Wii Fit
Yeah,
or shit like that, or Zumba
Yeah.
Fitness or whatever the fuck.
or the dance or whatever
Yeah.
you get with it.
So it's not like games for the Wii. Even first party ones, they don't sell as much as big budget titles for the consoles, and not the consoles exclusives. I mean, Donkey Kong 3 sold like what 3 Donkey Kong Returns sold like what 3 million, and that's like one of their
True.
biggest franchises.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, even the Super Mario Galaxy games, they didn't sell. I mean, look, we can't say they sold bad because they sold millions.
They
as
don't
well.
sell bad, but they don't sell as much as
Yeah, as strong
as
as
their console
yeah.
exclusives
Sony,
should.
yeah.
Compare that to Uncharted and to Gears of War and stuff, and you will see way bigger sales.
What games do you think they're gonna show?
Who? Nintendo. Pikmin
Yeah,
3
like-
and Super Mario Wii U. Oh, Super Mario Wii U. That's basically Super Mario HD.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Do you think they're gonna like show announce any new games like Super like Metroid games or Star Fox games? I've heard rumors of.
Oh, I would love a new Star Fox. But
Yeah, I'd
probably
like a new Star
no.
Fox as well.
Yeah. And I would like a new Donkey Kong in HD.
But I haven't heard any additional rumors of whether or not they're going to bring this in. There is a chance they might turn around and make it their special. There's usually always something like that. Where, we kept this until E3 and then they released it and everyone goes, wow, they did this.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much,
Oh,
the biggest news, and that's how they get all the press. Yeah, it works. Go with it.
all they have to go is Far Cry 3, which is looking quite impressive so far.
You watched that video?
Yeah, I watched it. It was cool.
I didn't think it was impressive at all. I'm not saying the game is going to be bad, but I'm just saying that what they showed
It
is
was
not
just
what
a
I want
nice
to see from
little
Far
thing.
Cry 3.
No, but they already showed other stuff from Far Cry 3 before. That was completely different from what they showed now.
Yeah, but
I wanted to see
what they showed.
graphics.
Yeah, they showed the graphics at the E3 last year. They showed
Yeah, but it wasn't that impressive. No.
It wasn't? Like
Oh,
all
I
those
thought it
fucking
was.
waterfalls? I thought it was impressive.
I don't know. I didn't think so.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, okay, this is pretty average these days.
Alan has biggest,
But see, I'm serious. It's like
highest standard.
for me, graphics now is going to have to go into something like 3D, blowing my mind at this point. So
I can't give a fuck about 3D. If that's the 3D you're talking about, the 3D thing.
the Avatar team,
No? What Avatar?
that type of 3D where you're
James
sitting in an
Cameron.
IMAX studio.
Oh yeah, I
Cameron.
cannot see 3D. My eyes can't handle it. It's too much
The not
3D.
good one.
Yeah,
I cannot. I don't really think it's the future. In some countries there's a huge part of the population where people can't see 3D, and if you take a country like Japan, for example, where they have like the population with the biggest eye problems in the world,
They
The
have issues
demographic.
like acclimatizing to first-person shooters in general because, like, for some reason they can't get past the fact that the in-game image is moving, but their bodies are standing still. And some people have that problem, but it's much more frequent in Japan.
Yeah, they have problems with their eyesight there a lot, more than other countries. So I don't think 3D is really the future because there's so many people who can't see. I cannot see it. My brother can see it.
yeah,
You can see it, Alan.
Yeah, I
but
suppose. Yeah. I could.
I don't
but,
wanna see it.
Yeah, I can understand from people's perspective that have.
So I don't really think it's the future. And to be honest, every time I see 3D stuff, I can see it properly, but never mind. It's just,
Yeah. Okay.
it just feels real dumb that we spend so much time and so many years trying to make images sharper, and now they get all blurry just to make them pop out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's the progression. I mean, holograms and stuff. It's generally where it's going. Anyway, you look at it. Have you seen the latest holograms? Actually, I found this very funny.
That's it. I don't think hologram stuff is the future. I think more definition is the future, even more higher resolutions than what we have now.